Hey guys, welcome back to Bombchu. I'm Austin and today I'll be looking at the upcoming game Original Journey, a 2D action roguelike with RPG elements. Full disclosure, for review purposes, the developer of this game gave me a free key. Let's cover the good first. One of the first things I should mention is that the art is hand-drawn pencil art. It's even mentioned twice in the first sentence of the description on Steam. It's got a lot of detail, and it's not an aesthetic you see often in games. The core gameplay is competent, and has you going through small randomized levels. Clear enough levels in the area, and you can skip ahead to the next area next time you come out to fight. Levels are limited to a single screen and don't scroll, so you just need to clear the enemies and you can move forward. You can carry 2 weapons at a time, and you'll need to keep up with ammo for them. One of the most interesting draws is that you also get turrets that you can place to help you fight enemies. You have a limited number each time you go out, but as long as they don't get destroyed, you can pick them up and bring them with you to the next level. Dying has you drop your stuff, giving you one chance to go and get it back. If you were on level 3 when you died, level 1 and 2 will be randomized again, but level 3 will be the same layout where you died before, requiring you to avoid making the same mistake again if you want to get your stuff back. Now let's talk about my gripes. I don't have any major ones, but there were a lot of minor things that kind of piled up and left me pretty frustrated. To start, the game recommends using a controller, but every time the scene changed, my mouse cursor was placed back inside the game. For recording purposes, I just set my capture software to not capture the mouse anymore, but I found the cursor always being there pretty distracting. You also can't use the D-pad to move. For side-scrollers, I can't stand using a joystick, and I can't imagine why the D-pad isn't supported here. Every time you make any story progress, you get this notification icon at the top of the screen, and it never goes away until you pause and check your event log, which just tells you what you just did. This is especially frustrating because the UI already feels a bit cluttered without it. Many things just take too long. Like throughout the tutorial, anytime you need to follow an NPC, it makes you watch them move wherever they're going in a slow cutscene before you're allowed to walk over. It sounds like a nitpick, but it just keeps happening back to back, with dialogue that can't be skipped over. It also takes 5 whole seconds from interacting with a door to watch it open, enter, let the screen fade, enter the next room, and finally have control return to you. Oh yeah, and the sound effect when you unlock new items is ripped from Super Smash Bros. These complaints all have mostly to do with the town, and not with the core game where you should be spending most of your time. I have a few issues there as well. Considering you can only pick up your turrets after clearing the level, it seems like they should just automatically be returned to your inventory. The button to place them is the same button to move on to the next level, so on more than one occasion, I accidentally left while I was trying to pick up a turret. They're also not terribly useful, at least not the ones you start with. They shoot slow, weak, and with a pretty low arc, so it's hard to get them somewhere that they'll be effective without getting destroyed. And as interesting as the art style is, it's really hard to make out individual objects on screen, especially if there's a lot going on. I was never able to see traps or spikes until they were damaging me, and sometimes I lost track of who I was on screen. Again, these are mostly nitpicks, but a lot of them at once can amount to something. Games can be updated, and I think almost everything I complained about here could be fixed without too much trouble with an update. As it stands right now, Original Journey has decent core gameplay, but it's in need of a bit of polish.